Welcome to the Eurovision 2025 stand user tier list, where we will be ranking all contestants in the competition based on their likelihood of being stand users from the hit manga and animated series JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. The ranking will be based on how well the contestants' outfits on stage match the fashion displayed in JoJo. Remember that this is my objective opinion and any disagreements are guaranteed to be intellectually lacking. Now let's commence, starting in order from semi-final number 1. Vibe's outfits are very JoJo-esque with their metallic shine and oversized visors. The group name Vibe is also written on their chests, a common practice among JoJo characters, which we for instance see with Darby the Younger's earrings and Diego Brando's hat and belt from Steel Ball Run. Furthermore, stands often run in the family, seen with for example the Higashikata family and the Boom Boom family. Although they don't have a similar sense of fashion, the Vibe brothers undeniably remind of the Aphex brothers from JoJolion, who are stand users. Taking this into account, we must conclude that Vibe most certainly consists of 2 stand users and place them in the highest tier of the list. Although the ranking mostly considers the stage outfits, it is hard to ignore the extravagant performance in Justina's case. Her stage behavior screams stand user and her outfit fits well with JoJo fashion. Her style is somewhat reminiscent of Fugo and Jolene. The dancers also wear costumes clearly influenced by the Pillar Men, which further strengthens her score. Taking all this into account, she is most certainly a stand user as well. Unfortunately for the Slovenian representative, his stage outfit is not very fashionable in the stand user sense. The only redeeming quality of his choice of clothing is the glitter, but glitter is not common in JoJo fashion. Clemin also attempts to increase his score by spending some time upside down, but unfortunately for him, it doesn't save him from falling to the lowest tier on the list. Tommy Cash is a curious case. On one hand, his on-stage behavior is very eccentric and his hair and moustache give stand user vibes, while on the other hand, his outfit is, apart from the overly long tie, rather normal looking. The Italian theming of his song strengthens his score. Remember as well that he is sweating like a mafioso. Tommy Cash is also a name you might expect a stand user to have. Yet another detail strengthening his score is the dollar and euro signs on his hands. Overall, I would say that he has a decent chance of being a stand user, but he might be trying to hide by dressing more normally. Although Melody's main outfit is not something to be worn on normal occasions, it is not really stand user material either. Her initial silhouette gives some stand user energy, but the entire dress as a whole is not JoJo-esque. For these reasons, I can't give her more than a low chance of being a stand user. The Ukrainian group has many stand user qualities. The singer's outfit is clearly JoJo-inspired and the group heavily utilizes heart-shaped symbols, commonly occurring in both stand designs and stand user outfits. Look at the guitarist's collar, the singer's brooch and the drummer's cape. Additionally, 2 group members are brothers, increasing their score. These factors catapult Ukraine into the top tier of the list. This group definitely consists of 3 stand users. Kai's ties have very intriguing patterns, but apart from this, their outfits are not very bizarre. They get bonus points from having matching costumes, their on-stage performance and Axel's glasses and moustache. Despite this, the Swedish representatives are not very likely to be stand users. The Portuguese entry mostly lacks stand user energy during their performance, but the decorations on their trousers and the pattern on the lead singer's shirt adds a decent amount of stand user vibes to them. I can't rule out the possibility of them being stand users, but it does seem unlikely. Kyle has a very interesting outfit with many neat details. Most important of all is the chainmail he is wearing. That style goes hard. There is a lot of fire on stage and he sings about being his own lighter, suggesting magician's red. The lack of color in his clothes, however, drag him down from the top tier, but he is still very likely to be a stand user. With an identity entirely based around the color red, Red Sebastian gives some serious stand user vibes. Parts of the on-stage performance suggest some kind of standability and the hanging threads from his outfit are great details. I am not entirely convinced that he is a stand user, but he is without question one of the more likely candidates. How could an Italian with this makeup and such an outfit not be a stand user? With the semi-transparent fabric, enormous shoulder pads, and boots to fit, Lucio has the stand user dress code absolutely nailed. The song lyrics also sound like something a stand user could have as a backstory. His partner on stage has also got the memo, wearing a suit with patterned fabric, unusual sleeves, and rocking a stand user haircut. The two likely form a criminal duo akin to Cioccolata and Secco or Prosciutto and Pesci. Regardless of their possible ties to the mafia, they are guaranteed to be stand users. Though the group outfits look stylish, they do not quite give me stand user vibes. The lead singer has a very interestingly looking colored pattern consisting of glass or plastic on the top part of his jacket, giving him some score. Apart from this, however, their outfits lack color. The dancers do wear red clothes on stage, but I would say that the overall chance for the group to consist of stand users is low. Though Mr. Ponte is an Italian and has produced a mega hit in the past, his on-stage outfit is unfortunately not very inspired. He attempts to lean into the stand user style by giving the song and stage a heavy Italian theming and by putting masks on his singers, but he is most likely just posing, and not in the JoJo sense. Due to his already mentioned uninspired outfit, I can't see Ponte being a stand user. This Albanian duo does not quite give me stand user vibes with their outfits, but there is something special about them. The group has a certain quality which is hard to pinpoint but might suggest some kind of standability. Larka's presence on stage is truly something extraordinary, and the red dress is one of the more stand user-esque dresses in the competition, though dresses are very uncommon among stand users. It is very hard to tell, but in my opinion there is a decent chance of the two being stand users. Claude's outfit does contain some neat details, such as this brooch and these pearls on the suit. Unfortunately for the Dutch representative, his clothes are very dull apart from these accessories, and his performance does not give any stand user energy whatsoever. Claude is most certainly not a stand user. Marco has a really stylish fur coat, but such clothes are not usually worn in JoJo. His shirt underneath the fur coat looks great as well, and it is for sure more stand user-esque. The stage lighting also reminds of the color changes in the animated version, increasing the Croatian score. He is close to reaching the higher tiers of the list, but doesn't quite match the right vibes. The hometown favorite does not stand up well to scrutiny. Although her dress should be one of the more stand user-esque dresses in the competition, it is mostly veiled in darkness during her performance, hiding its more interesting qualities. Unfortunately, she does not gain any bonus points from staging either, leaving her in the bottom tier. This Cypriotic singer fails spectacularly to live up to the stand user expectations. His outfit entirely lacks color and variety in textures and shapes. Climbing around on scaffolding with dancers equally uninteresting from a visual standpoint does not aid in his endeavor. There is absolutely no way that this man is a stand user. Those were all the entries from the first semi-final. Looking at our list so far, we see a fairly even spread across the tiers, with 6 out of 18 entries having at least a high chance of being stand users. Without further delay, we now move forth towards the entries appearing in semi-final number 2. Go-Jo is a tough nut to crack. His name sounds quite similar to JoJo while simultaneously referencing another Japanese cartoon character. Despite his name, he doesn't quite scream stand user to me, though his outfit certainly approached the JoJo territory, his original costume especially, since it bears a resemblance to Josuke from JoJolion. As I mentioned, he doesn't quite give me the right energy, but he does have a decent chance of being a stand user. Though the giant collar thing on Nina's dress is a cool feature of her stage outfit, I don't really think of it as stand user style. At one point during her performance, we see an image on stage referencing the stand justice, with the association becoming stronger through the presence of smoke on the scene. These efforts are unfortunately futile, as when Nina removes her enormous collar towards the end of the performance, the dress loses all semblance of stand userness. Here we have a really good entry for the list. Already at first glance, the outfits are very non-typical. Emmy's hood looking like an astronaut helmet coupled with the amazing attire of this bloke causes Ireland to skyrocket to the upper echelons of the list. The space theming of the song and performance also references Cars, Mikitaka, and to some extent Made in Heaven. All in all, there is a high chance of Emmy being a stand user. The members of this intriguing Latvian group all share the same, frankly bizarre, outfit. With some very weird fashion choices and stage antics, the group is brimming with stand user energy. This energy is greatly strengthened through the members on stage looking so similar to each other. I am utterly convinced that these 6 Latvian ladies have acquired a stand akin to Tattoo U, used by the 11 men in Steel Ball Run. They are guaranteed to be stand users. Parg is a very interesting fellow who is close to ranking highly on the list. Although many JoJo characters reveal a bit of skin on the upper body, it is not common to leave it completely without clothing. In Parg's defense, he seems to have some sort of ash or paint near his neck and shoulders, but I deem his outfit somewhat lacking in color. His stage performance also suggests some kind of stand, as he is seen running without translating across the stage, as well as having copies of himself appearing. Overall, he doesn't give me high amounts of stand user energy from his outfit, but I might be underestimating him. The Austrian representative, JJ, doesn't seem very stand user-esque at first glance due to his colorless appearance on stage. His outfit is unique but does not quite match up to my standards. Something that must be taken into consideration, however, is that he is seen commanding the stand strength on stage. I deem him an unlikely stand user from his outfit, but just like Parg, I very well might be underestimating him. This British collective of Disney princess wannabes are surprisingly strong candidates for being stand users. On their own, none of the group members is likely to be a stand user, but together, they reach a higher level. The contrasts in their outfits give me stand user vibes, and the Disney-esque theming reminds me of the stand Cinderella. I must say that Remember Monday has a decent possibility of being a stand user group. Klavdia showcases a rather dull outfit with nothing much special going for it. Her stage performance is quite quiet as well, with limited movement and antics occurring, although the background visuals are impressive. Her change of dress at the very end does not improve her situation, but her glasses do look great. They are, however, not enough to make her even remotely likely to be a stand user. Unfortunately, our next entry on the list also suffers from dull clothing and stage shenanigans. The Lithuanians lack variety in color and texture, but the haircut and disinterested look of their lead singer does have a lot of unfulfilled potential. Ultimately, this unfulfilled potential is not enough, and I deem that they most certainly lack stands. At a first glance, Mirana seems like an excellent stand user candidate. The stage background reminisces of Italian Renaissance sculptures, which combined with the flowers remind of Golden Wind as a whole and this particular illustration of Giorno. Both of her outfits are visually interesting and give her some additional points as well. Now you might think she would earn a high placement on the list, but I don't really like her song, so she gets knocked down to the unlikely tier. Keep in mind that this is my objective opinion after all. Here we bear witness to yet another example of a dull performance. The first dress of the Georgian representative looks quite cool but not stand user-esque. Her second outfit is a more probable stand user look, but alas, she does not give me the correct vibes. Once again, a stage outfit that doesn't strike me as a stand user outfit. As mentioned, I do not associate dresses with stand users in general, and especially not the monochrome variants. Luan invokes JoJo energy by her hourglass theming, referencing both the multitude of time-related stand abilities as well as the fighting gold opening for Golden Wind. In my opinion, this is likely a bait, akin to Ponte from earlier. Although it pains me as a francophile, I must place Luan in the bottom tier of the list. To start things off, I need to say that I find it highly improbable for a representative of Denmark to be a stand user. Sissal is from the Faroe Islands, but her association with Denmark marks her as suspicious. Her outfit does not strike me as a stand user outfit, but it is more JoJo-esque than several other ones. Ultimately, there is not much in her performance that suggests any stand abilities. With Czechia, we finally reach the end of the stand user drought that has struck the second semi-final. Not only does his outfit look cool as hell, he even has a custom microphone on stage. He is dragged down by his outfit being rather colorless, especially when he removes his coat, but his fashion sense overall is not unlike that of stand users. He even has multiple belts like Jotaro. This is yet another contestant that I might have underestimated by not putting him higher on the list. You might expect me to give Luxembourg a low ranking due to Laura wearing a dress, but you would be mistaken in such a thought process. Not only does she have one of the most stand-user-esque dresses in the competition, the entire performance exudes stand energy. The earlier parts of her entry show dollhouse visuals, which naturally draws the mind towards Gwess from Stone Ocean and the stand surface. From Diamond is unbreakable. Her later outfit change does not do much for her score, but overall, it glads me as a francophile to say that she is a likely stand user. All good things must come to an end, and our short stint of promising stand user candidates is unfortunately not an exception to this rule. Neither in outfit or stage shenanigans does the Israeli contestant show anything that suggests a stand ability. In order to cater to me personally, she elected to sing partly in French, but I see right through this charade. She is definitely not a stand user. This duo is hard to pinpoint. ABBA's outfit and haircut is stand user-esque, but not overwhelmingly so. There is some peculiar subtlety about it. Tina does not have obvious stand user qualities in her appearance, but it is not at all out of the question. The boombox staging clearly references the torture dance from Golden Wind, and the glowing cello might suggest an object-bound stand ability related to music. From what is directly observable in their performance, it is not very likely that they are stand users, but I also deem it probable that they are trying to not be obvious about it. I am likely underrating them. The Serbian contestant has stand user potential. Had he wore an even slightly more interesting outfit, he would almost certainly been clocked as a stand user. This is not the case though, and the dull staging combined with his monochromatic red suit does not give him any favors. The dancers have plenty of potential as well, but ultimately, the entry falls flat. Rounding out the comparatively disappointing second semi-final with Finland is a decent end to the ranking. Perhaps surprising to some, I do not consider Erika to be a likely stand user. Her outfit is not the most unlikely, and she is very active on stage, even riding a massive microphone at the end. In the midst of all this, however, there is not much that suggests to me that she would be a stand user. I have no choice but to put her in the unlikely tier. That marks the end of our list. Overall, the first semi-final featured much better stand user candidates than the second, but there were some promising entries there as well. Did you agree or disagree with the list? Let me know by picking fights with strangers in the comment section. If you have some interesting arguments, I might even personally care. Well, that's about it. Stay tuned for the next video, which will have no relation to this one and probably be released before the next decade.